These are the two Japanese trains between the old one and the new one that completely look like something as the MBTA, like for some kind of American transit. But these probably could be for the Japanese Western Transit or Eastern Transit, like these two, as because of like those some kind of a little bit of one is some kind of like here to do so. But turns out that rebrands to JT could be for really be like as well. So the old train isn't going to be look like this, but it's not all because of the same as well. Because of the update like this, is showing there's some kind of like this. Like anyways, I shouldn't believe that these are probably for some sort of like here for this new update as well. And for the last year since early 2023, the JL locomotive finally looked like this thing as well as the number 5K as well. So the number 1 could be for around here that finally rebrands it to JT Transit. Instead of a JR Transit as well, you might get to be clicking around here for some words. And speaking of which, it's not going to be for around here to start a little bit of working as well. As you definitely seeing this, it won't be necessary as well. If I let go of the mouse cruiser, that's still gonna be going in for like anyways as well. So I'm still unplayable in Roblox and in for some kind of like those things. It was called for one thing is not going to be easily like this. The game was called RO-Scale Sandbox. In a game called RO-Scale Sandbox like this, you can turn on for Japanese words like here, and it says right here it could be from over here for some sort of like this. You can click it around here, that must be for that appears there must be a Japanese symbol was right over here. Nothing exactly, that must be an old train, and what I remember all things as I just probably try to do this as well. But turns out the trains are some kind of so-called loudways. And if I just gonna be turned around here, it doesn't able to change languages. So the train leads it around here. As you can see here, there must be a Japanese symbol over here. And I just accidentally did it away for a little bit. So it goes around over here that says here. If I'm gonna be clicking this again, unfortunately I need to step back. And a little bit further anyways as well. It doesn't able to be changing and turn it off as well. When I never seen this thing as anyways as well. Let's just walk a little bit back as well. If we're gonna be changing for some kind of words, it turns off and it says here Automachi, which is going to be for exactly what does another station look like. It had changed the language, could be for around for some kind of symbols. And remember, this is a Japanese language, not Chinese language could be as possible. You could change whatever you want, that where absolutely is for having a little bit amount of stops, because the word says Yushima, which is actually for some kind of a Japanese word. And of course, I just did a bad decision. This is a KRL train, and it stands above here, right here for this forever. And if I'm gonna be clicking around here for this thing as says, for around here for some kind of like this, as I'm gonna be moving a little bit closer, and it says Jaiti, it says Jatinegara, could be for around here, for just absolutely gonna be saying this. Even that it says not going to be to do this as well. As you can see that a little bit closer says commuter. As we pressing once again, I need to step back once again until it's fully reloaded. And then it's absolutely worse than like those things. And it was pretty terrible. Which is not gonna be probably that I just going to be saying this. We're leaving this train over here. And I shouldn't able to be trying to turn on for some kind of lights. And I'll never almost forget, I need to raise those bars so it can catch energy like this. So that wouldn't believe that I just gonna be started out before running in service, as I put it around here for some kind of these, and put in anything as well. So I'm not gonna be supposed to do double clicking around as well. So they're also going to be ready for this, and they won't going to be lead to any trouble, and no signs of trouble could be committed. Like anyways, I wasn't able to be seeing this whenever it goes, so I'll be trying to say there must be a front of dias for the KRL train as well. So well, let's just set up for some DCC control like anyways to do this before we begin. We do not consider it to depart this train unless we're going to be using this DCC programmer to check the horsepower. The current locomotive is 7,200 horsepower, but in another hand could be 30,000 horsepower. I'm gonna set up for some more horsepower as well to 30,000, which is a higher horsepower, could be like the trains be like as well. So another locomotive could be for around here, and it will be just like the same as this. Let's set up into 30,000 horsepower per increasing for such as extreme horsepower about of those things as well. Let's just release the loco, and we're gonna be giving ourselves a go. So the first thing is I'm going to leave the KRL train alone, and that means we're going to give ourselves to use as a JR number 1, which is not going to be exactly how to do this as well. So let's turn on the lights. No bell works, and exactly that we're going to be saying this. But first thing, we're about to hear this for the JR train horn for just a light to do this as well. So hear this out, and we won't be able to be departing for this train unless this train is going first. And then the train could be for around for this one as well, as you may hear it. As the lights go up, maybe the train is gonna be departing anyways as well. So let's just stop here for this quickly. This train could be the same horn as this. We will not able to be departed as well. It was just like the same horn could be for at least. And it cannot be for around here for to do this as well. Let's just turn off the address. We will leave this train here, and that won't be necessary at always. So the train is finally departing, like anyways is going to be for moving a little bit forward. So I will be attempting to depart this train a little bit early. Instead of a KRL train, won't actually going to be departed as well. So it should be staying abandoned forever and lead them to the abandoned sheds that is not going to be operating as well. Sometimes the Japanese commuter locomotives is on its way, as I might gotta be finishing up for this video for just a bit. Up the hill we go, as the train will be sounding all the way into the tunnel. That won't be necessary as we can hearing this. The train will actually crossing the bridge like this, and I'm not possibly sure that train is going to be running on for 6 cars, and I just limited myself for around for these cars in case of crashing my game as well. Instead of crashing of my game, we just absolutely added limited amount of numbers into 6 cars, while I was running around for the train as well in full max speed around here for it to do this as well, as the train will be sound away into the tunnel, and it looks like it's absolutely going to be headed out for somewhere else. It's probably louder in the front. That won't be necessary as well to do this as well. You might actually hearing this in the distance, as you'll be hearing this train horn all the way around here throughout the tunnel as we go like this until it's gonna be arriving at the station. And I'm pretty speechless as well. Well, the train is... Wait a second. Slow down the train first, before it's not going to be derailed as well. In case of train derailment, this must be a dangerous corner, which causes the train to fall off around here for somewhere. Because of anyways, to do this, we cannot able to make a straight line for the trains, which means it was indeed better, like it won't able to do like anything itself. So the train will be arriving, and I'm going to click it around the button for this, and I make sure this isn't going to be for around as the part 2 video goes on. Because like of this for some sort of a little bit of situation, the part 1 is actually from like those things. This train could be from Japan, like the red, yellow, silver train could be from Indonesia, that the decals could probably for some kind of victory liner reference. I'm not going to be probably to do this as well, as we continue up for the service for at least for one thing. Above for literally for one reason as well. I'm going to be stopping for this train a little bit for one thing. So it's absolutely overpassing for one of those things as well. So the passengers will be picked up as well. And that wouldn't be necessary as well, we found out. So this train right here, this is actually the blue silver, the cyan silver train could be from Japan. And this train is from Indonesian import about for this thing as well. It has been imported from Japan, and that won't be necessary, and because just like that, it was probably look like for some kind of victory liner, that hopefully this could be for the immigrational transit, immigrational transport as well. So I put out for these 30,000 horsepower trains to get right here for the test, and that wouldn't be able to be necessary as well, as we're going to be moving out for as well. And so on, the Japanese viewers weren't surprised for this thing as well. This is an old train transit locomotive as well, and is absolutely going to be departing right now. As the train is moving along with it as well, I have set up some 30,000 horsepower for increased amount of rate. And because of like this, we should be able to be finding out for what is going on around here. So forget about the KRL to be putting in the service as well. So it should be able to stay out in service, and this is not the part of some kind of the railroad like those things. I'm not sure it's not going to be about the series as well that we're not going to be talking about. So because of like those things, that this is still a part of the service, including for Japanese commuter trains, but this train does not like this, probably, I'm sure, because of this train is not a part of the commuter line for myself, including this railroad line. It was not a part of the railroad line because of this immigrational transport, as what I'm not gonna be possibly that we wanted to do. I hopefully that the train is actually going to be for one here. I don't really think that the train is going to be derailed on for that some kind of things as well. Before we might able to end of this video, I'm not very sure. This could be at 15 minutes, over 15 to 20 minutes for this thing as well. I'll be see you in for another video for some kind of like this, and I'll be tell you how the end of this video for some sort of a conclusion as well. So we might able to be talking for this right now. So what do you think about of this update for the locomotives? And because of the old rail cars around, it's not a coach. It must be a JR transit car as well. A passenger transit car could be for like some kind of that old. But now it has changed into something new that could be the same as the new train locomotive like this. And I'm probably pretty sure that I just gonna be changing to some kind of in other woods, unless that wouldn't actually going to be work as well. If I just turn off for some kind of for the DCC controller, the headlights will stop working. I won't believe that the train is gonna be arriving at the station on time, unless the train has been derailed. Because I guess, never mind, the train is going to be arriving on time for this segment. So I can still actually going a little bit fast whenever you to do this as well. What do you think about for some kind of this update, if the train might going to get even deleted as well? So here comes the old JR Transit train as well. And which is actually going to be for a fully stopped on time. And here comes the loud sound, what I just not going to be doing this. I am telling about the viewers, about for some kind of Japanese viewers, who may not be happy about for this thing as well. And sometimes Indonesian viewers have just skyrocketed into my video as possible. So I'm just giving itself for a full stop over here. And that will be it for turning off the headlights as well. So nothing just like in case as well. And because of the meantime that newer locomotives could stand on its place when I actually try to find out as well. So I'm not using for the DCC controller on for using for some kind of for the DCC address around of those trains, because of like those things could be for exactly how the trains could be it was for like this. Something to say hello to a new JR Transit train, like remodeled version. Instead of this train, like the old JR train is absolutely going away for around here sooner. So, but I'm not gonna be actually what I just tried to guess here why. So even though that the train is going to be for even for a brief farewell for one thing as well. So I don't really think that is absolutely for an upcoming newest updates. And where does the train is absolutely going? It was not going to do this, by the way. And because of that situation about of this moment, that well, why does the train isn't going to be going away a little bit for just one thing? So I just accidentally move a little bit for one thing as well. So where's doesn't the train going around is anyways? I have just talked too much about of this situation, and I just started to get out of control of in the camera mode, as I'll move the camera into some kind of itself. What else is absolutely going to be trying to do what's next? Of course, thanks for watching, and the game is going to be into the description for RO-Scale Sandbox. And because about of this new train is going to be taking place, but nothing instead of the old JR Transit train might able to be removed to the game as well. It will be in the future as well. So thanks again for watching. And because I don't want viewers, that Indonesian viewers, are just try to get in my video and try to give a like for this and whatever. And thankfully, it was into the description below, as you might always use the Japanese trains, not the Indonesian commuter trains, like here for something as well. So, thanks again, and I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll talk to you, mini lads and comic studio users, and I mean rail fanners all later, because since I just started to get lost my mind, or even something that I just started to get stupid that I am. So thank you and have a nice day for mini lads and railroad fans or rail fanners like this thing as well, as you might going to be talked throughout soon.